it's something else going on. And I got a great relationship with him. I respect him. I can't say it, but I know it's something else going on. That it's not all about football. It's not about X's and O's. I just I've been there. I've had situationships with quarterbacks that I didn't necessarily like, and Imma just be honest. And when it ain't there, it sticks out like a sore thumb. That's all Imma say. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main host, DeSean Jackson, and we back on House of Action with my main man, Clayton Portis. OCP, I forgot to say this. A walking lick. You want to talk about a walking lick? A 60-yard home run touchdown. You're looking at him, man. Excuse me for my voice. It's a little raspy. Excuse me, Rasputius. Man, hey, we just completed week 12, man. We had the University of Howard. Real quick before we get into the game, because you parlayed a lot in DC. I parlayed a lot in DC too. Howard homecomings, dog. Hey, when I used to play for the Redskins, dog, them Howard homecoming, boy, hey, boy, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, hey, man, that thing was something nice, man. Just talk to me about some of your experiences, man, at Howard. What do you have anything in the history past tense on Howard
Second
University?
to none. You know, a lot of people look at Howard University and not realize when I came to DC, I was 22, 23, and one of my teammates from high school, Anthony Shackelford, was the man at Howard, Antoine Bethea. So we were the same age, like 23, 21. We were the same age, and those were the guys that, we was kind of hanging out with. It just seemed crazy because I had been in the league. This was my third year in the NFL. So you see me at Howard, like, the hell he doing out here? But I'm the same age as, my partners. Like my partner that I played high school ball with was, a senior at Howard at the time. So it's some great memories, man. Good times. I think a lot of history, especially a lot of eye candy. You could never go wrong with that. And then just as an adult to be able to go back, my nephew, Eaton James, which we just seen, my partner Ezra James' son. He's there. His daughter went there. So we were always out at Howard in support. I think it plays a huge role in DC. A lot of talent coming out. Antoine Bethea and myself, we have a youth league back in the Carolinas, Carolina Prospect. So a lot of ties to the University of Howard.
I agree, man. I agree. Um, yeah, I want to touch specifically on Howard University, man. They've been a powerhouse in the MEAC conference for the past, 5 years. They had two conference championships, obviously won the MEAC. So this was a pretty good team coming here. It had a lot of history, a lot of players that's used to winning, and they beat up on us pretty good. Let's talk about the recap on the football game, man. We won 26-12. And looking back in that football game, man, it was very frustrating. You know, I can't continue to talk about, those stripe guys. I can't do it no more. I already got my warning, so I'm not gonna get on here and crucify them. I learned my lesson. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna do it no more. But man, we got three touchdowns called back. I think we had like over 17, 18 penalties. Um, that game, man, it was just one of those games where I feel like we allowed them to kind of hang around a little longer than they should have. Obviously they scored a touchdown on a blown coverage towards the end of the game, but when you look at the hindsight of things, man, we said every game from here on out is a playoff game. Starting off MEAC conference, we said we had to go 1-0. We couldn't lose no games in MEAC play, and we've been doing a great job. Obviously, we set ourselves up for some great success, man, and I'm just happy we got out there with a win. In the midst of that game, um, somebody asked me a question earlier this morning. They said, "Man, how has it been? Because the running game's been struggling." I said, "How you ask that question when our running back had 94 yards?" I mean, they just used to us, getting 300, 400, 500 yards per game. So when we do have 150 or 200 yards, that's not good anymore for these people.
So what it comes down to is playing team ball. We had a lot of yardage called back. We had a lot of yardage left on the field. Seems like every time we had a big gain down the field at the end of the play, a little yellow beanie hits.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot more built up in you that you would love to speak on and can't. But with all the yellow beanies on the field every time we have an explosive, we just got to deal with it. And I think as a running back, it gets frustrating as a team when you're making plays and they're being called back late in the game. You know, we had a big run and we had a touchdown called back. So for us, it's just playing team ball. I think that's what we've been focused on with teams loading the box and trying to shut down our run game, our passing game has stepped up. You know, a lot of guys are stepping up, making plays. Our wide receiver TJ has been, I think he's been doing outstanding these last couple weeks for what he's been asked. So being able to go into this game where we need to win, where it's a must win for us to be MEAC champs, to have a passing game that's confident and to know that my running backs are going to get back to where they've been. So prepare for us, be ready for us because we kind of removed it and stepped out of the way because teams been loading the box. But if you look at our average has still been the same, just not as many touchdowns. I think we got in the red zone 4 times in the first half, and we didn't convert to touchdowns. So we'll take that as a challenge. We'll take that and come out and respond. So we're looking forward to this week. We're looking forward to South Carolina State Bulldogs, and we know they're looking forward to playing us. So we'll be ready. We can't hide the excitement. We can't hide or pretend our game plan gonna change and all of a sudden we're gonna be a passing team. I hope it's storming. I hope it's raining. I hope we
Mhm.
can't do nothing but hand the ball off and it's gonna go down how it's gonna go down.
For sure, man. Without a doubt, man. You know, I do want to say this though, man, because you said yellow beanies, man. That's my new emphasis on that. When we talk about that, we just gonna say yellow beanies on the field. I like that terminology, man. We just gonna say yellow beanies, man. When you say yellow beanies,
Yellow
you know
beanie.
you know
See
who we
that
tripping on. When we say yellow beanies, just know who we tripping on.
right
Hey, real quick, man. Moving forward, obviously. The Howard recap. We're gonna move into the NFL here, man. I gotta shout it out. Legendary man. One of the best young safeties to ever play the game. Lost his life too short. I'm a shout him out because I see him on your sweater already, man. Sean Taylor, man. Go on, let me see the shirt. Let me see the sweater, man. Get love, man. Shed light on the goat, man. Let me see that.
It's a lot to come with this now. All right,
Mm,
gotta stay tuned.
mm,
You gotta stay tuned for this story.
mm.
It's that time of year, so we'll get more. This gonna be my story time this week. We'll shed more light into it, but you always know I'm always repping 21, always repping S dot forever to this day. '07, so we 18 years removed. Still seems like yesterday. So we're gonna get into it, but
For sure.
that's what I'm rocking, man. I know a lot of people looking at like, oh man, the Redskins just lost or the Commanders just lost. But nah,
Yeah,
I'm repping 2-1, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm
that's
repping
hard.
2-1.
That's hard, man. Legendary player, man. Lost his life too soon, man. Condolences, Sean Taylor. Moving on to NFL. We NFL talk, man. Let's talk about defense because last week we talked about defense winning championships. My Eagles, they looked a little better on offense this week, a little better, but obviously we still struggled in the offensive game. But we won. We won that game. Let's talk about it, man. Cooper DeJean, how he's been playing lights out football. Hell of a player in his second season. Obviously, just removed his. This is a sophomore. What they call it. It's supposed to be a sophomore slump, but he's playing lights out still. His first career interception in the regular season. Let's talk a little bit about that Eagle game before we get into a few more games. How you feel about them Eagles, man? Come on, fly, Eagles,
You know
fly.
how I feel about the Eagles. It's not really a topic of discussion, but since we have to, since this is what we're doing, no, man, that D line presents so many problems, and everything behind it is kind of like a benefit, because that D line is getting healthy and they're getting back to the quarterback, collapsing the pocket, which is causing hell. But you're talking about your defense, and you was real excited about it, but it was somebody cutting y'all defense up, and I think
Jameer
that
Jameer Gibbs, we
right,
talked
that
about it.
man is on fire. Did you
Hey,
hear?
why they didn't give him the ball more though? That's
They
my
should
question.
have. They should have. They should have gave him the ball more. And what was great was he wasn't having success in the backfield, so they put him out at wide receiver, and he
Tore
went
us,
crazy.
toe
So
us up.
yeah, he went crazy out of the backfield. So I think y'all got to go find a linebacker that can cover or drop a safety down. it's going to be hard to
Don't
run
do
with.
that.
But
Don't do that. DeSean just ran down the field and locked Montgomery up. Lock his
but
ass
you
up
talking
all the
about
way down.
Montgomery? I said Gibbs. This ain't got nothing to
You
do
know
with
what's
Montgomery.
crazy? Because Campbell was supposed to get on him on that screen. He jumped inside, and if he'd have just stayed outside, he would have had him.
Man, that man cut up on that screen. So, but you know, good win for you all, especially playing Detroit. We know when playoff football comes, Detroit will be ready. For Detroit to still be as potent and dangerous as they are after losing both coordinators. You lose Aaron Glenn to the Jets and Johnson over to the Bears. So for them to still be as potent and still just pick up where they left off, you know, it's some things that you look at Detroit and say, "Oh man, last year they would have done this," but that was a good game. That was a good win for you all, and I see y'all force the ball to AJ Brown. I think he had 35 attempts yesterday, so you forced the ball to AJ Brown. At least you don't get a story out of him this week. And for anybody, you know, I read the comments. For anybody who see the comments, AJ Brown is a Mississippi guy. I'm from Mississippi, so I'll always rep AJ Brown. I don't have to be an Eagles fan. And I'm only speaking of AJ Brown because he's the headline. He's a great talent. I'll always rep him. I think he's one of the best receivers in the league. But because he's in the headlines, he put himself in the headlines. Then we just speak on him. It's no hate. I promise you, there's no hate on this side.
Well, I would like to say this because, you know, I don't like to criticize people, but you know, I'm a realist and I gotta speak the facts. I feel like he's brought a lot of attention upon himself. I think he's a hell of a talent. As a wide receiver, you should want the ball. But the only thing I think about that is, you know, sometimes as a wide receiver, we have the diva or you know the selfish mentalities, right? When you're in the instance where you're doing these gimmicks or you're out on social media or you're on Twitch, or you're saying all this or you're posting things on your Twitter page or your Instagram, it brings more attention to you, right? And if you're gonna bring the attention to you, that means you have to be on your game that much more. Your game got to be superior. Your game got to be top tier. And I feel like the attention he's allowed himself to bring to now, it's like it's a few passes that are thrown his way, one-on-one coverage, and he's giving up and he's not running full speed. Like all that stuff you probably could have got away with if you didn't bring all this attention to yourself. But now it's like we see it all. And now, you know, I don't know if you've seen there was one time that Jalen Hurts threw him a pass, and as he came off the sideline, like man, like his just his effort. And as you could tell, you know, when somebody's checked out, and I'm not trying to say he's checked out, but you can tell when the interest ain't there, it ain't there. Yeah, we winners. Yeah, we want to do this, but it's something else going on. And I got a great relationship with him. I respect him. I can't say it, but I know it's something else going on. That it's not all about football. It's not all about X's and O's. I just I've been there, and I've had relationships. Just hear me. Let me land real quick. I've had situationships. We ain't gonna call them relationships. I've had situationships with quarterbacks that I didn't necessarily like, and I'm gonna just be honest. And when it ain't there, it sticks out like a sore thumb. That's all I'm gonna say. Man, let's talk about True Classic, man. True Classic is about one thing: clothes that look good and feel good. Hey, you know what? If you feel good, you play good. And that's why I'm one of one. Clearly, y'all all agree because True Classic has already sold millions. When I say millions, millions of shirts to millions of people. But that's not why I love True Classic. Shirts fit like they should, comfortable with no stuff fabric, tailor right, fit right. And it's just comfortable, man. One thing about True Classic, clothes are built to last forever. If you want to have that true confidence, that true swagger, man, get yourself some True Classic. Because True Classic, you can't go wrong. You can find True Classic on Amazon, Target, Costco, and Sam's Clubs. Or just head to trueclassic.com/house of action and try them out for yourself. Because I'm telling you, one-on-one sent you. What I really do want to, you know, bring up real quick is two more things in this Eagles, then we can shift it a little bit. I want to talk specifically real quick. Jalen Hurts has had 10 different offensive coordinators over the past almost 10 years. You can call it 9 years. He's had Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, Brian DeBall, Mike Locksley. He had Lincoln Riley, Doug Peterson, Nick Sirianni, you know, Shane Stitcherson. Brian Johnson, Kellen Moore, and now Kevin Patillo. How, as you not being a quarterback, but you knowing the offensive scheme, how much can that affect a guy that's behind the heads of everything that controls the ins and outs of an offense? Because I know that takes a toll when you have in and outs, different years of guys switching terminology, callings, plays. Like, in some sense, is it kind of at his disadvantage without
Yeah,
giving them an excuse?
it's definitely a disadvantage, but I have to tilt my hat off to Jalen Hurts for being a professional, being able to handle all of that. I went through the same thing in my career. After Denver, once I got to DC, we switched OCs every year.
Mhm.
Almost. So we switched OCs, switch offenses, terminologies, and that's hard. That's hard to adjust to because you're getting used to new wording, you're getting used to new styles. It's like, people always had this conversation, and it's like LaDainian Thompson. I look at LaDainian Thompson as one of the better backs of all time. He was in the same system his entire career, San Diego and the Jets. It was the same thing. He ran power, he ran toss. That's what it was. So he perfected it. It's like if I would have had the opportunity to stay in Denver and be in that Shanahan system my entire career. My numbers would have been different because I would have perfected it. Instead, we're tasked with adjusting. And then when you have to adjust, when a new guy comes in, it's like, nah, this is how I want it done. And you're like, well, this is what I'm used to doing. So it's always that whatever that is, that comes with it. But for Jalen Hurts, to be the ultimate professional. He never complains. He never says anything about it. And he just goes out and deliver opportunities for those OCs to become head coaches because a lot of those guys that you name went from OC to head coach somewhere. So he's giving those guys enough on the field to help them move on and elevate themselves to the next level. So I think you have to commend him for that. And then they're winning, and he's a winner. So he won at Alabama, he won at Oklahoma, and he's been winning in Philly. So as much as it hurts me to say, I still think he's a winner. He's just that green. Yeah, yeah, whatever.
Great analogy, man. Great analogy. I like how you broke that down, man. Standout performers. I gotta bring it up, and I know we continuously talking about these fly Eagles flies, and I mean, I just wish you had a little more to talk about with your team, man. Like I asked you a few weeks ago. I asked you a few weeks ago on purpose because I was curious on what team you was gonna side with. The Broncos, who have some success, or the Commanders, who are like the roller coaster. And my boy went with the Commanders, and he ain't really got nothing to brag on. But guess what? While us Eagles flies got a lot to brag on, one of my standout players, man, from this week, because I know this, man, Dan Campbell was pissed off. I don't know if you seen the game last night. His little nose was red. Boy, he couldn't, boy, he went 0 for 5 on fourth down. Boy, he couldn't get nothing to go his way. But I want to just go talk about my boy Quinyon Mitchell. They call it Quinyon Bay, Sanquon Bay, Quinyon Bay, whatever it is. Hey, he kept that boy St. Amaral Brown. Boy, he had 12 targets, only 2 catches for 42 yards. Let's talk about that.
Come on, man. Let's talk about it. That's my neck of the woods, Gainesville, Florida. As you can see. So I rep Quinyon Mitchell. He's a hometown kid. No one expected him to do what he did coming in the first round. Y- out of nowhere, for him to be at Toledo and have the success that he's having in the NFL and keeping his head down. Come on, man. It's a Florida boy. My neck of the woods, 15, 20 minutes away. So I rep. But I mean, he did a great job
For
with all
sure.
of those attempts. You can kind of tell. Again, it goes back to that D line pressure that you all had.
100%.
Because Golf wasn't comfortable. He was just trying to get the
Man,
ball out of
every
his
time
hand.
he threw the ball, boy, he was getting smacked up
Yeah,
on.
he was trying to get the ball out of his hand. If you hit quarterbacks, they're gonna kind of have those kind of performances. So that D line that you all have is potent. We already knew that they're healthy. So it always elevate everybody else play when you can get pressure to the quarterback.
I just got a shout out too before I go to my second game player of the week, man, a standout player from the week. I just want to shout out somebody from your home state. Imma shout him out because the Miami you said it a few weeks ago, but I don't know why the hell Miami Dolphins will trade Jalen Phillips, but I appreciate you, baby. 'Cause that boy Jay Phillips, boy, that boy causing havoc.
He coming off the
Static.
end, like, he even y'all already was stuffed with run stoppers. Now you put him outside, like,
Oh
but
my God. Hey, boy, that hey, yeah,
I
you
can't
right.
hate on it. I can't hate
Hey,
on
hey, you right, boy. Hey, he done help us. Boy, he done helped us so much for our run back-to-back Super Bowl champs, man. That was huge for us.
and another thing that you said that I'm gonna 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago when you talked about the Skins and their season after they played Chicago on Thursday night, I said everybody is hurt. It's one of those seasons that you pack up because we're being hit by the injury bug. Everybody, why would you pack it up so early? 4 weeks later, that frustration has kicked in. We've lost our quarterback. Hopefully he's okay. He comes back healthy. Hopefully five comes back healthy. But why risk it when you can go out and add some talent early on in the top 5 of the draft,
Mhm.
and then you already have these guys in place. So, again, I would like to say, like I told you so, I was right, but hey, it is what it is.
Now's my turn to tell you. I told you so. I was right because I said a few weeks ago. I ain't got my watch on today, but I said it was gonna be Sheduer time, and you was like, "Nah, I wouldn't do it." But
No,
hey,
I
it was
said I wouldn't get on the field if I was Shador. Why? He got
he
sacked 25 times
You
yesterday.
but you're right, but he still got them in position to win the game, and the dude dropped the ball. I don't care about it. He threw a pick. I don't care about him looking dismal, whatever the uncomfortable. He still had a chance for them to win the game, and his wide receiver dropped the pass. So I get it. Obviously, that's not the right scenario or the best scenario for him. But hey, when you got to go in, you got to go in. Sometimes you don't know when your play gonna get called. But I said it. And that's why I want to just go on because here on House of Action, man, you get it raw, authentic, and uncut sometimes, and we gonna tell you what it is. If you just go back and listen, me and my boy, we predicting this shit because we know what it's gonna be like. We played at a high level, we just know how it goes. So as you see, everything we talk about, it unfolds and it unfolds and it unfolds. So I just want to say this though from one defensive back to another. I got my boy Wayne Favors, man, got a pick six in a crucial moment when we had gave up all this yardage and was about to give up a touchdown, boy, out of the second quarter, into the second half, right? And they drove all the way down the field, and my boy Wayne Favors picked it off and took it back. I think it was probably like 80 something, 90 yards, bruh.
Hey, it was
My boy Wayne Favors, give it up to my boy Favors, man.
hey,
He been holding me that since the Mama game too when he dropped that pick.
Hey, let's give it up to Favors. Again, these ties that I have around this team with Carroll City kid. Who else went to Carroll City? Santana Moss, Carroll City kid. So he's from the crib. To have that luxury, always having the opportunity to see Favors. He go out and work. You never hear anything from him. To see that one-handed interception, you got to give it like it's just due.
That was
He
hard.
had a one-handed, a left-handed, one-handed pick, and he took it 95 yards. So of course, we needed it. It kind of switched the momentum and put us back in control. And for him to come up big, like that's what's expected out of him. Being a leader on this team, being one of the guys that goes out and work. He does everything that he's asked defensively, whether it's at corner or safety or wherever we put him. So he just goes out and make plays. So it was due. He was due, and it was good to see. Perfect timing.
100% perfect timing, man. Perfect timing. So we gonna talk about this real quick, man.
No,
We
no,
talk.
no, no, no. Before you jump ship, let me get my player.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, go
My
ahead. You
my
good?
guy.
Kick it
So
off.
6 touchdowns. Who am I talking about? Josh Allen. After losing to the Dolphins, he comes out and he's responsible for 6 touchdowns against the Tampa Bay Bucks, a game that they needed to win because they were slipping and sliding. And then I just think if you look at his energy, you look at his mojo, like he's like the great white hope. For him to be in Buffalo with that Bills Mafia, for everything that he brings to this team, having Cook with him. I think just that statement game, that was one of those statement games to put you back on the map, put you back in position. And he knows like he has to lead this team in these tough months, especially they were questioning the moves for a wide receiver, going out to get a wide receiver. Here he comes out responsible for 6 touchdowns. It's like we got what we need. And I think that was good for him. That was a good performance for the Bills to go out and shut a lot of people mouths. So Josh Allen, I gotta send you a shout out for performing the other week.
Love that, Josh Allen. That was a slugfest too, man. That was a hell of a game, man. They was going back and forth, and that for sure was one of those games, man. Want to shift on real quick to NBA real quick because you know my Lakers, we like 10-4. Think we like top three in the in the Western Conference. Let's talk about that Luka Giannis, the Greek freak, man. They was going at it, man, and we got out of there with a win. Did you watch that game? Did you check it out? You checked the highlights out?
Of course, I watched the game, man. You know, I thought I was going to the NBA. That was my first love. So all I do is watch basketball. That was a great matchup. But what was even better is after the game, they were trying to get the ball
Mhm.
for one of the dudes with the Lakers, his first points. He scored his first points, so they were trying to get the ball. The refs when it took the ball from Luca and Reeves, like, no, you can't have this ball. And he went and delivered it back to the Bucks. I'm assuming that was the Bucks. He gave the ball to them. Giannis walks right over, grabbed the ball, take it back to Luka. And I thought that was a sign of respect, sportsmanship, just all-star to all-star. That kind of reminded me of something that I would do or I would have done given the opportunity. So to see Giannis do that after defeat and not really just let who he is and the moment get in the way of, hey, I know this is special for this kid, and if they want that ball, it's not costing us anything. Here you go. So I thought that was
Yeah.
big.
Nah, hats off to that as well too. I think Luca, man, he's playing on
Lights
fire.
out.
He playing lights out basketball right now, and it's great for our team because it's something about the LA culture. We're winners, man. Just go on
Hey,
and look at
but
all our top.
guess who
Hold
they
on,
don't want to see?
hold on, hold
Man, I
on,
don't want to hear that
hold on.
rap
Listen,
LA.
what's the Rams record?
Rams on fire right now. 8 and
8
2.
and 2, top of the
8 and 2.
division. What the Dodgers just do back to back,
Won the championship.
back to back. My Lakers.
What they do? What they do? They traded 80. They
Hey,
traded 80
the
away.
bubble. I gotta go back to the bubble. We won the conference.
Listen, what they do. Now,
We
since you
won the
want to
NBA
talk about
championship
LA,
in the bubble.
what the Clippers do? What have the Clippers done lately? All
They've
right,
been
what have
good,
the
but
Angels
they
done
beat
lately?
us, but they ain't got no hardware.
Wait, what the LA Chargers been doing?
They've been all right.
All right, well, all right, don't cut it. All right, if you holding the LA to a dynasty, then keep it up there. All right.
Nah, facts, fact. Hey, but hold on. I ain't even talking about that. The SC Trojans too. They balling right now too. USC Trojans is 7-8-3, 8-2 maybe.
What
Okay,
about
they just beat they
UCLA?
just beat
Well,
Iowa.
what about
I don't
UCLA?
know about UCLA. I don't like them. I went to Cal Berkeley. Hey, but real quick, man, Willie Green, man, the Pelicans, man, they fired him after a 2-10 start, man. Willie Green used to play for the Sixers. Obviously, had a pretty good career in the NBA. Let's talk about the Pelicans, man. They got my boy over there, Zion Williamson. They struggling, man.
Listen, this is
Let's talk about Zion Williamson. Boy, yeah,
hey,
when I said that
listen.
boy name, your face. He lost weight. They said, did he put on weight or he lost weight
No,
this year? I
he
think
lost weight. But this is how bad luck the Pelicans have. They went and got Jordan Poole from the
the
Wizards,
Warriors, the
who's not
Wizards.
playing. You went
Yeah.
and got DeJounte Murray from the Hawks, who's not playing. Then you got Zion, who's not playing. Your cap, you got $130 million.
Brandon Ingram still there?
Brandon Ingram in Toronto balling.
Damn. They
With a
let
new
Brandon Ingram go?
Hey, he in Toronto with his new boo balling. I'm talking about on fire. Who he go with? Glorilla? She
Yeah.
had every game. Hey, I'm telling you, he putting up 20, 30 a game. Like he hasn't been hurt the whole time he was in New Orleans, last 2 years in New Orleans. He been hurt. Man, that man got shipped to Toronto. I don't think he missed a minute. He played full game.
Hey, dog, the Pelicans struggling, dog. Bad, dog. They just need to just go on and forfeit that season.
Hey, I think Green looking at it like they did me a favor. I'd go be an
For
assistant coach somewhere where I've been getting my ass whooped down
hey,
here.
talking about it though, man, because these NBA, the gambling investigations is heating up. Is heating up. So I just what's crazy? It's a lot of records being submitted right now. At least they asking LeBron, his assistants, all these people that's connected to him. They asked the Lakers, hey man, just going to give it to us, man. We need all this information, man. I'm gonna be honest, because once you heard it, the LeBron had anything to do with his name is even in it. Damon Jones, all these people that's connected to him. If I'm LeBron, I'm worried. And what's crazy is because I feel like a lot of times when you're so big, you'll get protected. You know certain individuals because who you are, like, I hate to say it, Donald Trump, he's had a lot of allegations, taxes for all this crazy stuff, but he's Donald Trump. So right, sometimes you get protected. And in this sentence with LeBron James being the face or the king of the NBA, do you think this is a serious allegation? They're asking for records, right? So if you asking, the fans they ain't asking if they don't got shit. So you tell me your opinion on it because I feel like it's something going on.
I just think this is a tough time, as far as being an athlete, as far as the attention that's put on athletes when you're having casual conversation in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Oh man, you playing? No, I'm not playing. Nah, I think I'm gonna miss the night. That's carrying over because that's an edge for somebody that you don't even know. So I think it's unfortunate for any athlete, because you're used to having a conversation or your man, you all right, you good? Like, nah, man, like, oh, I'm still hurting. Now that's considered inside information. Like, if someone is sitting in that barbershop or someone is sitting around that conversation, you're in trouble for it. Fortunately, I don't see Bron being in a situation where he's sending out, "Oh, no, man, I'm not playing." So, I don't think Bron gonna have no conversations about gambling or no, any of that. But the same way they asked Tom Brady for his phone, and he broke it. He crushed it. You never heard anything else about it. So if I was Bron, I would do the same. This man is married. He got a lot of business stuff going on. Hey, get rid of that phone. Like, hey, then no, you can't go and
What him being married got to do with it? He got
that's
some
what
bullshit.
but that's what Tom Brady said. Hey, man, look at my wife.
But
Like,
Tom Brady ain't. Come on, bro. We
hey, look at his wife. That man, he got a lot of stuff in that phone that you're not looking for that doesn't pertain to any of his friendships. So it's a lot of stuff in that phone. You can't just I mean, you could do whatever you want to, but I just hope, for LeBron's sake, and I would like to, like, just kinda give that nod that I don't think you find anything with LeBron going on. Same way you didn't find anything with Shohei. They're just they're too good of people. They're
got
the
a point.
face of their sport, and I
Like
don't
I
think you
said, they
have
gonna get protected. They gonna get protected. So, let's
those are your
hopefully
words. Those are your words, not mine.
they gonna get protected. Yeah, I said it.
Finally, the comfort I've been looking for, I got it. Couldn't wait to find it. Now I finally found it. The fit, even better. So I have fit, I have comfort. Can't get enough? Yeah, me neither. I'm tired of shopping. Shopping for underwear? No longer. No more. I'm not going. How does it look? Perfect. That's what I hear every time I look myself in the mirror. I say, woo, 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 woo. I don't want my underwear to roll. I have thunder thighs. Yes, thunder thighs, package, thunder package as well. But I don't want my underwear rolling. I need them to fit. When I walk, when I talk, I don't want to worry about fixing them. So I don't have to. Skims got me right. You have the time to shop SKIMS Men at skims.com. Let them know House of Action sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select House of Actions in the drop down menu that follows. On the field, it's all about the speed, performance, and getting the W. Off the field, I expect the same. That's why I love Chevy. And Elkin Chevrolet, located on Route 73, South Marlton, New Jersey. Right now, it's Black Friday, all month long at Elkins. They're fast on the deal, strong on the price, and stacking up huge savings on every new Chevy. Whether it's a brand new Silverado, a Traverse for the family, or a quality pre-owned ride, the team at Elkins treats you like you're an MVP.
Don't waste time anywhere else. Go to Elgin Chevrolet. Together, let's drive, man. We gonna swerve. Hey, visit elginschevrolet.com. Tell them your boy D-Jack sent you one-on-one for the prize.
Story time, man. My story time, it goes great. For the House of Action today. This is, like I said, going to be 18 years. We're actually a week ahead, but since my story time was this week and not next week, it's always this time of year that I just get this feeling. It don't even be I know you asked me the other day, like, what was wrong? Like, man, you good. And it's just like this time of year I always kind of get gloomy, just due to, the situation. So I thought it would be a perfect time to come on and discuss and shed light. You see the hoodie, man. That's Sean T, repping. So you see the full thing. I'm always repping Sean T. So I thought it would be a great time to share a story. Everybody always asks, "Hey man, give us a story of Sean." And I used to hold the story so near and dear that I started forgetting them. So I realized it was easier to just discuss them, put them out to the world, and then they get brought back to me in my memory bank. One day, me and Sean, dog, we was going through it. It was our first year at DC. We were going through it. This was my first time actually losing, being on a losing team. And Sean was like, "Man, this what it's like." It was our bye week. We were leaving the facility, no plans. It's our bye week. We like, man, let's get us a bottle. So we swing over to Walgreens. Walgreens had just started like selling alcohol. We grab a little bottle, Hennessy Paradise. I think it was like 350, 400. We grab a bottle, like, all right, man, we're gonna go have us some drinks. And Sean, like, man, we might as well shoot to Miami. I'm like, what? Like, neither one of us got a bag or anything. He like, man, this flight is JetBlue out of Dulles. Let's jump on this flight. He booked the flights. We get on the plane, everybody around us. We buy all the little
Shot
the
glasses.
alcohol that they used to sell. Remember, they used to sell little bottles on the plane. So we buy all the bottles. Like every time the cart came by, like we buy it, pass it out to everybody around us. So everybody on the plane, like, they don't know what's going on. Me and Sean, Hennessy Paradise, finish the whole bottle by the time the flight land. When we land, like, man, let's go to Diamonds. Well, we go straight to Diamonds, not KOD. We go straight to Diamonds, right? Off of 441. We get to Diamonds. It's still daylight outside. Sean called Mike and we call Rod Matt. Hey man, y'all bring some money, come get her. Somebody gotta drive, right? Man, we go off in Diamonds. The owner comes to us probably about we got in like 6 p.m., probably like 8. The owner come to us like, "Hey man, y'all want us to close for the night? So it's just y'all off in here?" Be like, "Yeah, shut it down." Bro, we walk out of here like 2 a.m. They had to carry us out, like up to we were done. Jackie, Jamila, both remember this story. We're going home. I dropped the key trying to get in the house probably about 30 times, and I got a stone floor. Dong, 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 dong. That's what it sounded like, right? So I keep dropping the key. I done scared everybody in the house trying to get in. Maybe a week or so later, Jackie, C. Jamila, both went to the U. Jackie, C. Jamila, "Hey, is Portis okay?" It's like, "Yeah, he came in. He was so out of it. Nobody knows what happened." Like, yeah, Sean came in the exact same way. He couldn't talk. He was just mumbling. Only thing I could make out is I was with Portis. And I just thought that was one of those stories. It was more details that I left out, but because of the timing, because of the environment, because of the platform here on House of Action, you read between the lines. I gave you the names. I told you where we were and how long we were in there. And everybody who was in there, I know they remember and say classic night. They probably put us up there with Big Meat Stamp for the parties that they used to have. So it was a classic night. It was a story that I felt like would cheer me up from sharing. So don't think we're changing this platform to talk about any of that. It was just a story of my dog, Sean T, me and Sean having a moment, having a blast, and the people that was involved. So House of Action, I just dropped you a jewel. Everybody who know, you know.
Now I was gonna say, damn, we'll be turning this into a diamonds. We need to get diamonds on this thing, dog. I one of them legend ones. Hey, any you know what in Miami, them go down. We ain't gonna glorify, but we gonna talk about it, man. Hey, man. Hey, what I would say is this though, man. Huge week, man. South Carolina State's on their way down to Dover, Delaware, man, on Saturday, man. It's championship week, man. They're gonna have that MEAC Conference Championship title there, bruh. It don't get no bigger than this, bro. We worked so hard to get to where we at right now, man, and I'm excited. I ain't gonna give y'all too much because I know it's come out Thursday. We locked in, we tuned in, but I tell you, my boys ready. We on one and we about to turn this thing up, boy. That's what I do know, man. So hey, look, stay tuned, stay ready. Go get you some warm clothes. Go get you one of them bottles my boy just said. Come out to the game. If you adult, not the kids, adult. And make sure y'all energy is on a million because we need y'all, man. Please, I'm begging y'all to come out and show up, bro.
Hey, like you say, kids, adults, uh, aunties, uncles, everybody, man. Dover, stand up. We need your support. We need to make this game crazy. It's gonna be like the environment should be unreal for how these kids have changed this university around and what the opportunity they're presented with. So we need all the help that we could get. Show up for the game, show out, be loud, be proud of what's going on, and help us bring that MEAC trophy um, to what has been since '07. The
Yeah, oh
MEAC
07, man.
championship trophy
2 decades.
hasn't been in Dover, Delaware since 2007. The same year I lost my dog Sean T. So, hey man, we got a lot on the line. We got a lot we playing for. So let's go out and get it. No questions asked. This shouldn't be close. Give it to us. All right. We need your energy. Go out here and ball.
Let's do it. This week on Dope or Whack, we got some good topics, man. First up, it's a touchy one. We got a trooper at the game, South Carolina versus Texas A&M. The boy took a deep one. Boy was out. Boy hit the hamstring. He acted like he was hurt. I don't know if he was really hurt or he was bull crapping, but he scored. He went up through the tunnel like Border Boy. And then on the way back down, man, did you see the police officer, the trooper, man, bump that dude and turn around like he was in the or the kid or the not even the kids, the athletes was in the wrong? Is that dope or whack? Give it to me first and foremost here
Man,
on House of Action.
you know it's whack from my perspective. It just goes to show you, we think we've came a long way, and we're still so far off, and we're looked at in every environment, even the ones that we kind of dominate and bring everybody together, bring crowds together to cheer for us. So your team is losing. It shows poor sportsmanship from an adult, first off, and that's where a lot of the kids get it from because your team is down, which they eventually came back and won the game, which was really crazy. But because your team was down and you were in your feelings, you go on to make a decision that's really going to stick with you for a long time. You know, it just puts you as a poster board for someone that's spreading the wrong message in America today. So that's why we're so disconnected as a world, as the United States, and we need more people to expose these individuals because why are you picking on a kid for one? You know, and if you weren't in uniform, would you do that? If you didn't have that authority, would you do that? And I don't think you would. So protect our kids, protect our game, man, and spread more love than hate.
I agree. I agree. Dope or whack, my boy Kendrick Lamar is nominated for the most. You heard me. The most nominees at 9 for the year, man. Dope or whack.
It's dope. It's dope for Kendrick because this not a new album. This is
Say it
still
again. Don't say that. Say it's dope for the West Coast. Yeah, when you said say it again. LA.
it's dope for the West Side. All right. No, it's dope for Kendrick because he still hasn't put out a new album. So to get those nominations, it's still the same album from Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But to get those nominations, I think is dope for him, and it just shows everybody around him, everybody else in the game needs to step it up because no one is challenging him at this point. Which Drake was it was him and Drake for a moment, and now Kendrick kind of got Drake out of the way. So it's dope for Kendrick.
I got two more for you, man. Are you a big movie guy, man? Because if not, I don't know what to say.
I love movies. It's just haven't been any good movies out lately.
Dope or whack? Another Predator movie. Do we need another Predator movie, man? They say it's another one coming out. Dope or whack?
I think it'll be dope just because the remake and the effects, what this costume is gonna look like how the intense that should come from it. But so I think it's dope. You need to remake these old movies and a lot of our kids haven't seen, they don't know what Predator is. So they're gonna think that this is the first one. It's just like Hulk and all of that. other stuff that came out when we were kids, and then they redone it and made it better. So hopefully they make it better.
I agree. I agree. Lastly, dope or whack? And I think I know where you gonna go with this one, man, because I know you. I know you well. Cardi B and Offset. You know I had to wait for the last question. Offset denied the $10 million she agreed to pay him for their settlement to go off in their own way. She happy, he happy, and to leave me alone. Cardi B was actually quoted to say, "You guys don't know the distress this man gives me and all the threats and everything this man causes me." She said, "Life has been nothing but a disaster." Dope or whack, give it to me that he turned down the 10 mil. He said, and hold on real quick. He said he built her up and she wasn't nothing before him. And he said he feels like he deserves more than what she got and offered him 10 mil. He said he feels like he deserves more than 10.
I think it's whack. We had the opportunity to see Offset, and it's just one of those, as a man, you're gonna go get it. If you got grind in you, you got breath in you, you got health in you, you're gonna go out and get it. I think Cardi B, just as a mom, this is your kid's mom. If she getting money and you know your kid's gonna be straight, what's the point? And this is just my perspective. If she's handling her business, it didn't work out with you all. So just move on, because as a man, you're still getting your money. Like, you left Migos because the money wasn't split right or whatever was going on. So this is one of those, I don't know their inside business, but just as a man, I think it's whack.
Man, Offset, come on, bruh. I feel you, but I mean, at the end of the day, she is the breadwinner in the once was relationship. Y'all not in a relationship no more, so she offering you the 10, man. Take the 10 and get your chili and get
Take
on,
them
man.
10 and then flip it, man. Go get you some Bitcoin.
Man, you feel me? So there you have it, man. On House of Action, man. Another tuned in episode, man. Like I said, excuse me for the raspberry voice, but we made it through. Hey, man, like, follow, subscribe, tune in with us, man. We always got raw, authentic, and uncut stories, topics, debates, and it just smooths. I mean, it just rolls smooth, man. This is what we do, man. We talk about great things, and our insight means everything, man. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Until next time when we come back, and yeah, we gonna be like, yeah, we gonna be on that next time y'all see us around. So just make sure y'all come back. House of Action. We out, baby.
We pull up with action, yeah, we make 'em all believe.